What's up, B-Warriors? It's War Angel the Demon Slayer. I'm finally back with another video. Yes, this is going to be about the movie Dragon Ball Evolution. This is basically going to be about why I don't think that Dragon Ball Evolution is a horrible movie like the majority of the Dragon Ball fan community. So that's not to say that I think that it's a perfect movie or that I think that it's spectacular and some kind of amazing movie or anything. Like, could it have been better? Yes. Could it have been something completely different and completely entirely different? Yeah, absolutely. Sure, you know what I mean? Like, everybody wanted to see a live action depiction of, probably the Saiyan saga, and then the sequel being a live action depiction of the Frieza saga, or some shit like that, And that's fine, that's understandable. But, I'm not gonna say that Dragon Ball Evolution is a completely horrible trash movie, because the thing about it is, the last 3 live action attempts before it, which are actually foreign films, are much worse than Dragon Ball Evolution. And I've seen one of those films twice. Actually, I think 3 times. And it's just god-awful. Now, so moving forward, the thing is everybody wants to talk about all the bad things about Dragon Ball Evolution and this and that. So, there are actual good things about it. And no, it doesn't follow the exact same storyline as the manga or the anime. But for what it is, the storyline is not that bad. Piccolo is an evil alien who was sealed away many years ago inside of a containment and sealed away for a long time. So that's just like how, just like in the manga or the anime, King Piccolo, he was sealed away, and he was sealed away for a long time, and then he was released. Now, Dragon Ball Evolution doesn't explain how Piccolo was released. That's one thing about it. But at least they did one thing good, is they made it similar to, how it is in the anime, as far as him being sealed away for a long time. We probably assume that Mai is the one who finds Piccolo and releases him. That's what we probably assume, but they don't explain it. I feel like they should have, but they don't explain it. But I do like that they included, the fact that he was sealed away inside of a container or whatever, and that they actually attempt to seal him back inside of it, and Master Roshi attempts to seal him back and then fails. And then he gets killed. So that's similar to the manga and the anime as well. So I thought that was cool. I think they did a really good casting job on Gohan, or, Grandpa Gohan. Very good job there. So Gohan was a good character, like, good casting choice. He seemed like an old, wise, teacher, an old, wise martial artist, and, very powerful, not to be messed with, basically. pretty much like Gohan, Grandpa Gohan, you know. And so that was good as well. You know, as far as storyline, it is somewhat similar in the sense that, you know, Grandpa Gohan does end up dying, and Goku does end up meeting Bulma, who is searching for the Dragon Balls with the Dragon radar, and ends up going to see Master Roshi for training, which he receives training, and you know, finds himself on this adventure to search for the Dragon Balls to you know, and ends up finding himself saving the Earth in the process. So obviously the main villain, and I like how they basically imply that Piccolo is a Namek. That is pretty cool too. You know, I understand, they don't find out that he's a Namek until the Saiyan Saga, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But the fact that Piccolo already knows that he's a Namek, probably, and, you know, that we acknowledge that Piccolo's a Namek, that's cool. You know, I liked that. And, you know, honestly, the best part of the film is the Kamehameha at, you know, towards the end. And that was really well done, I think. And, yeah, that was good. And I like how the end credit scene, you know, shows that Piccolo is being nursed back to health. He's being revived. We find out that he survives, you know, and it implies that there was going to be a sequel. Now, the thing is, I think that they could have picked it up in the sequel and kind of went towards a more authentic Dragon Ball vibe. More like a DBZ vibe. They could have picked up the sequel with the Saiyan Saga, you know, going into the Namek Saga at the end of the sequel, and then the third film, which I believe it was going to be a trilogy anyways, a 3 or 4 film series, franchise or something. You know, and the third film being the Frieza Saga. Honestly, and they could have picked it up and they could have done better with it if it was put into better hands. But, of course, the film didn't do well, and whatever. You know, and it's not the cast's fault. It's the director, it's the, you know, it's basically on the director. But again, I enjoyed the storyline. It's not that bad. I enjoyed the film in general. It's decent. I think it's decent. And basically how I've seen it several times. How I watch it, the way I watch it is I go into it, and this is how I watched it when I seen it for the first time in theaters. I go into it watching it as if it's Dragon Ball in a different reality. And that's essentially what it is anyways in the first place. And that's what Akira Toriyama actually said to do in the first place. Oh, you know, watch it, but watch it as if it's Dragon Ball in a different universe, in a different reality. So, you know, and that's what it is. It's basically that. And I think it's something different. And I don't think that different is bad. Yes, I do hope eventually we get a live action Dragon Ball, either film series or TV series where it depicts the Saiyan saga, the Frieza saga, and all that. That would be awesome. But I don't think different is bad. And it was actually fairly decent. That's just my opinion. Don't take what I say for fact, because opinions are opinions. This is just what I think. That's how I feel. So, what do you guys think? I know the majority of the Dragon Ball fans despise Dragon Ball Evolution, and if you do, that's great. I respect that, and I understand. So, but try watching Dragon Ball The Magic Begins. I believe it's still on Tubi. So if you have Tubi, Tubi's completely free. Go on Tubi, download it if you don't have it. Watch Dragon Ball The Magic Begins. And then tell me, because that's a horrible movie. In my opinion, that one is horrible. Watch that. And then tell me, come back in the comments and then tell me what movie is better. And then there's 2 other Dragon Ball films that are foreign films as well. You can find them on YouTube. But really, you can find all of them on YouTube. But yeah, I respect everybody's opinion. This is just my opinion and nothing more. So yeah, you guys, I might end up doing a video where I review the Dragon Ball Evolution video game. I used to own it years ago on the PSP. But yeah, maybe, I don't know. If you guys like this video, give it a like. Feel free to leave any comments in the comment section. And have a great day. God bless you guys.